and welcome to the first episode of Evening Chronicles. I said I was going to do this for the longest time and it never did happen. So right now, I'm going to start doing the Chronicles or start doing the Evening Chronicles. I may do it, I guess, probably once or twice a week. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But today, for this episode, the very first episode, I wanted to talk about Donald Trump and his reigning days are about to be over. There's rumor going around that now that Rudy Giuliani, his lawyer, is now asking him before he leaves the office to be pardoned for whatever crimes he committed or whatever illegal things he has done. Okay. Now people are starting to see how crooked and how crooked Donald Trump's entire administrative has been for 4 years. Just imagine, not saying that about it now, but just imagine what would have happened if he did get reelected. Because this country would probably go even more downhill than ever before. Because he was yelling at that reporter, I think it was on CNN or Fox News or I forgot which kind, and he was talking about how America is now third world country, and I'm just looking at him like eyebrows raised because a third world country, that doesn't make any sense. He's been saying that he wants to make America great again, and his supporters saying, he has done nothing bad, which, I don't know. His supporters are nuts. I was watching a little bit after the election after Joe Biden got reelected. And by the way, I was going to talk about also how he is now suing the state of Wisconsin. But before we get to that, Donald Trump was talking about how the election was a fraud, and his supporters are just as crazy as he is, because his supporters was talking about how not to count the illegal. It was something about how his supporters was freaking out over why Joe Biden was winning and how many illegal votes was, and about how they started freaking out. Well, I was watching one of Jay Wilson's videos this morning, and he was talking about how now, most white people are scared, and I never understood why. Why are they scared? But anyway, I don't know. This whole world has gone crazy. 2020 has been just a complete dumpster fire mixed with gasoline on the side, because this just don't make no sense. And then back to his supporters, even now his supporters don't believe that Joe Biden is president. I was watching the RNC a while back with the 3 days, and that whole RNC convention was a mess. They didn't get to any points. It was it just sounded like a big bully type thing. It was very scripted. Even I was watching this man, I think his name was Herman Jones or something like that. I don't know, it just sounded so scripted. There was nothing authentic about it. And then they was talking about how he and Melania destroyed the Rose Garden at the White House. And I'm just sitting there like, how can he get away with all these things? How are people okay with this? You have this man who ran this country for 4 years, pretty much doing whatever he wanted. I mean, every world leader is basically laughing at him. And even I was reading one comment on YouTube saying that if the president of Brazil if you're worse than the president of Brazil, then that's bad. And for you to say that you're the greatest president or close to the greatest president, why after Joe Biden got reelected, everybody was cheering and yelling and screaming, you're going to lose your job? Employment isn't better. The virus was something that, okay, coronavirus was real. It's very real. People are dying from it. He really didn't care, which doesn't sound surprising, but this man didn't care. He didn't even try to stop it, or he didn't do anything. I mean, he didn't try to do anything like to prevent it from going into the country, because he fired everybody from the, what was it, the tax force, or the, whatever you call it, not the tax force, task force, the one that Obama had when Ebola went out. So he just really, I don't know if dementia's kicking in or what, but to be honest, I'm glad he is gone. I am glad that half his administration is about to be gone. I mean, well, they're going to be gone. They're trying to get out now. They're trying to get as many pardons and get as far away from him as they can. And these evangelicals are starting to go crazy, so I don't know. But I'm just glad that he's gone. And Trump suing Wisconsin. Okay, so now Donald Trump is trying to sue the state of Wisconsin because he claims that the votes, more than 20, I think it's over 22,000 votes, are illegal, which don't make no sense. How are all these votes that they're saying is illegal? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, I can see, okay, the thing with Republicans, as far as I know, because I haven't heard anything, Democrats tried again and encourage everybody, whether Republican or Democrat, to vote, whether it's mail-in ballots or in person, or, you know, even if they did it over the internet, just to vote, just to exercise your right to vote. And also, people are sick and tired of this whole race, basically a race war. People are just tired of it. And for him to sit there and say that it's illegal, that some of the votes are illegal, which don't make sense, because back in 2016 there was a few votes, mail-in ballots, and he didn't say anything because he was winning at the time. But now that he's losing, it's a fraud. It's illegal. That don't make no sense. And you're on your way out the door. Probably on your way to jail, because rumor has it that as soon as he gets out the White House, he's going to jail. But I think they're going to throw that lawsuit out because they said he already skipped the local courts. low end, the beginning course, so it's gonna be gone. I mean, they're gonna throw that case out because they already threw, I think, Philadelphia out already. So people are starting to get tired of that man. And then I think another one, his, what is it called? Bar. I don't know if it's Bar. It's the big man with the glasses. I forgot his name. But he is even saying that there is no evidence of voting fraud. He's saying that there's no evidence of voting fraud, that everything is fine. But I think he's just saying that so he can literally just get out. Because everybody's tired of Trump at this point. The Democrats are tired of him. Even the Republican Party's tired of him. Everybody's just tired of him. And they're just like, you got to go. You got to go. Pack your bags and go. So in other news, I've been hearing this around about this restaurant owner, his name Kevin Kelly, about those women dancing on the furniture, twerking on the furniture. Now this is my opinion on this. It may be wrong. It may be not really biased, but not biased. But anyway, to me, there's a time and a place for everything. I know he was probably playing some twerking music, but that don't mean you climb the table and start twerking on the table. I can see if it's like a club, like one of them clubs slash, I don't know what you call it, club slash eating restaurants. Yeah, that's fine. But if it's like a family restaurant, I really don't want nobody shaking their booty over my food while I'm trying to eat. No, I'm not doing that. No. So I could, and then I heard some people say, well, he shouldn't have yelled at them like that, which is understandable. Yeah, you shouldn't have yelled at them like that. But to me, it's his restaurant, and he could pretty much do what he will with it. He can do pretty much whatever he wants with it. I don't care. But he should have gotten at it in a more professional way, because him screaming and yelling it while screaming and yelling at that women twerking on the table, which I don't know why sit on the table and start twerking. Like I don't know. I don't know what kind of music it was. It was twerking music. Well, I knew it was twerking music, but the artist, I don't know. I take anybody's opinion on it. I don't know. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I can see him doing that. I can see him trying to be more, I don't know. It's his restaurant and his establishment. He can make the rules, whatever. But I just didn't like the way he yelled at those women were twerking in a restaurant. I mean, and they say he yelled at everybody. I'm like, child, no. He should have gone at it at a different way instead of just yelling. And in Mike Tyson news, I didn't see the fight of him and I think it's Roy Jones. Yeah, him and Roy Jones, they got into a fight. I didn't see that. I heard about Jake Paul and his opponent. They say Jake Paul knocked his opponent straight out the ground. So I said, and they was laughing at him saying he went out 2 seconds flat. I said, well. But anyway, back to Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. This Roy Jones Jr. They say it was a draw. My guessing nobody won that fight. And then they said after the fight, a fan tried to punch Mike Tyson. Now, why, after everything Mike Tyson did, why would you think, out of basically all the things that the entire world that you could do, was that you could fight Mike Tyson? I mean, the man could have bit your ear off. The man could have knocked your lights out. And then he probably would have been back in jail again. But from what my guessing, I didn't read the whole article. From my guessing, I guess the fan went to jail. But now I've heard that Mike Tyson's changed a new leaf. I mean, we haven't heard of him getting into trouble or anything, so that's good. I mean, he ain't fighting, punching people down the street, so I'm glad he's not in the news as much. So that's pretty good. For the next one, I'm looking at my notes. Ellen Page came out as transgender, a male, and I just want to say, well, congratulations. I mean, that's good. I mean, as long as she's happy, then there's nothing to worry about. I mean, she's happy, I'm happy. And another rapper who you don't know news, there is a rapper who I never ever heard of. And speaking of which, I got I was looking at Hulu, and then I saw a documentary with Tekashi 6969, and so I may do a review on that, but don't hold your breath, because I probably won't even watch the whole thing. But I am found a show I am going to review tomorrow, most definitely, from UMC called Terror Lake Drive. And I was going to watch the episode tonight and then give a review tomorrow morning. And give a review tomorrow morning. And because it looks really, really good. I mean, it looks promising, and I need to be away from BET for a little while, because there's nothing but Tyler Perry. Because after I Fall from Grace, I just stopped watching Tyler Perry. I couldn't handle him no more. I mean, a Fall from Grace had, I know I'm off subject, but whatever. A Fall from Grace had so much potential in the cast, everything. Why won't Tyler Perry hire more people to at least get a different opinion? Because I heard there were so many mistakes in that movie. I know the movie's old, but I just saw it recently, and I didn't like it. But okay, back to, let's see, yes, review Terror Lake Drive tomorrow, and another, and maybe Tekashi 6969, but I probably won't even watch it. I mean, I probably watch 10-15 minutes, but that's it. I can't tolerate that man. Think. Oh yes, rappers. Mulatto, I think that's what her name is a rapper, and I saw that she is accused of stealing hair bundles. That's funny. never heard of Milano before. I think I heard her one time. Isn't she the girl that a black girl was doing her hair, and she was darker than she was, but the girl was pretty, and and the girl said that she looked like a monkey or something. Is that the same girl, or is that a different girl? I don't remember, but um, anyway, they said that she was caught stealing bundles of weed. I'm like, you know, times are real desperate. She must not be making a whole lot of money for stealing hair bundles. Girl, who steals hair bundles? And you say you have all this money. Why are you stealing hair bundles? Why? Why you stealing these hair bundles? Oh my goodness. Okay. And the last thing that I want to talk about, and I'll end this completely, is I saw on the news a couple of days ago that now, due to this coronavirus, that depending on where you live, almost 7 million evictions will be given out before the end of this year and into next year. And that's a shame. It's a shame because even when we did the stimulus package, the companies got bailed out. Nobody was helped at all. Nobody. I mean, they even said that the billionaires got bailed out. They said Jeff Bezos, the CEO or the Amazon, is a trillionaire now. So I'm just like, at this point, I wish we could vote CEOs, company CEOs, like we do politics. I mean, I don't know if they do any good, but it's just ridiculous, especially with everything that's going on. I mean, why, even now, why would you try and evict people when you know there's a pandemic going on? When you know they don't have a job, their bank accounts, if they have any money, I mean, America is living from paycheck to paycheck. The whole country is living from paycheck to paycheck. Even the middle class, even the maybe not so wealthy, are living from paycheck to paycheck. And here you are, still handing out eviction notices, still handing out basically evictions, and you know that these people are suffering. And then even over Thanksgiving, they said the food banks was packed with people trying to get food. I mean, and they even said that they may run out of food. And it's sad because these people, everyone need to make a living. But how can you make a living when the person you voted for is not in your shoes or doesn't know how you feel? I mean, the only thing they probably gonna say is that it's your fault for having all those kids, which really isn't. I mean, they either gonna say it's your fault because you didn't save enough money, or you put yourself in that predicament, which doesn't make no sense. Because sometimes I wish that the politicians would just live a day in our shoes, the one that lives from paycheck to paycheck, and they see how it feels. And maybe then they'll have a change of heart. But until then, they really don't care about the average person unless they want our vote. Then they care. So, anyway, this is the first episode of the Chronicles, Evening Chronicles. I'm ready to go to bed. For the Evening Chronicles. I will see all of you tomorrow. If you like this channel, please like the video and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later with the review of Terror Lake Drive, and I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.